Hello everyone! I have recently begun recording Mass Effect 3 and one of the things I want to show you is the multiplayer. Of course I could just record some games with random people, as I'm doing right now, but it would be much more fun if some of you, the viewers, could join me. I'm actually getting put into an in-progress game, which happens quite a lot if you use the quick search. And somebody's already dead. That also happens quite a lot if you get put into an in-progress game. But since it's wave 1, I decided to stay. Anyway, hanging out with you guys in Ur Live was always great fun, so hopefully we can get some people together and play the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Of course, I realize that probably far fewer of my fans have this game than Ur Live, also because Mass Effect 3 isn't free. In addition, since I play on PC, only those of you who have Mass Effect 3 on PC can join me. Unfortunately, it's not possible in this game for PC, Xbox 360 and PS3 gamers to play together. But, if you do have Mass Effect 3 for PC, there's nothing to stop you from participating, even if you're not an expert at the game, or have never played the multiplayer before. You can still join, we'll just play bronze difficulty, it'll be fine. However, if you are new to the game, please listen to the end of the video, since I have a few points of attention for you. Unlike Ur Live, Mass Effect 3 is not an MMO, and the multiplayer basically consists of a cooperative mode where a team of up to 4 players hold off 10 waves of enemies in a particular location and also complete some objectives. Only 4 players at a time can play, and one of them has to be me, so depending on how much interest there is in this, we'll have to rotate people so everyone gets a go. There are many different multiplayer maps and several classes and characters I want to show you, so everyone should get an opportunity to play. I'll also hold multiple recording sessions at different times, so it should be easier for people in different time zones to join. Unfortunately, Nora does not have this game, nor a computer capable of playing it, so she won't be joining me. But this does mean I'm more flexible with recording times, since I don't have to coordinate 2 time zones to begin with. The times for the first recording sessions are indicated in the video's description, and if I do more sessions later, I'll post messages to my YouTube feed. So, here's how this is going to work. First of all, I want everyone who wants to participate to send me a message here on YouTube telling me their origin ID, which of the recording sessions you think you can join, whether you have a microphone and can use voice chat, and what level of experience you have, and finally what difficulty level you're comfortable playing, bronze, silver, gold or platinum. I mostly play silver myself, this is actually a silver game. Occasionally I play gold, but if we get some really good players to join me I can show the higher difficulties. And if there's less experienced players we'll play bronze of course. Second, I want you to send me a friend request on Origin. My Origin ID is Delando3000, same as my YouTube account, so I should be easy to find. Unfortunately, Mass Effect 3 has no way to communicate outside of the voice chat during games, and coordinating via Origin's chat is kind of inconvenient. Therefore, I have set up a chat room at TinyChat, the URL is in the video description, and currently it's blocked by a password, but I'll open it up when I'm recording. If you want to participate, join the chat room at the specified times. You don't need an account to join there, but I would request that you use your Origin ID as your nickname so I can tell who's who. That way I can see who is available and we can coordinate who will join the next game, and then I'll invite them to play the game and come back to the chat to set up the next team. Multiplayer missions take between 15 and 30 minutes on average, depending on the team, the location and the difficulty. Note that Origin gives you the ability to join my games without an invitation from me, but I ask you to refrain from doing that. Ensuring that everybody gets a shot will be way too difficult if people keep randomly joining my games, so please only join after I send you an invite through Origin. And speaking of chat and stuff, using the voice chat is allowed, even encouraged, but I do request you use a decent quality microphone, test your recording volume beforehand, and make sure there is no background noise, and that includes game audio, so please use headphones. Also that you use the push-to-talk mode, which means you have to hold a key to be audible to others. Note that I'm also using that mode, so not everything I say for the video will be audio on voice chat. You may have noticed by now that not a lot of people use voice chat on PC, but if you're playing with friends, then it's much more common than if you're playing with random people like I'm doing here. One other thing about the voice chats, please keep the chat to the mission. Discuss strategy or point out that there's an enemy behind me or stuff like that. But it's not an interview, so please don't waste any time asking me when I'm gonna do Myst 3 or something. Finally, I want to give a few tips for new players. Like I said, even if you're new to the multiplayer, have never played it before, you can still join us. However, I will ask that before you join a game with me, play a couple of bronze missions just using the quick search, so you have an idea of what you're expected to do and how the objectives work and stuff like that. It also gives you the opportunity to level up your character a little, get some credits, which I recommend you spend on recruit packs. I know it's tempting to try and save money for the expensive packs when you're just starting out, but believe me, at first it's better to buy as many recruit packs as possible. This will help you upgrade your basic weapons and get basic equipment, like metagel and missiles, which you are going to need. One word of caution. By default, the quick search is set to any difficulty, which is not a good idea for new players. I don't care if you think you're the god of single player and can beat it on insanity with your hands tied behind your back, you're still going to need some practice. Not to mention the better weapons and equipment to be able to beat the multiplayer on higher difficulties, which are really much harder than the single player modes. Besides which, if you show up in a gold game with a level 1 character and level 1 basic weapons, you'll get kicked anyway. So set the search for bronze only if you're starting out. And that's it. I hope to be able to see you soon in the fight against the Reapers, and for now, let's just watch the rest of this mission. Obviously, I'm not giving live commentary at the moment. I pre-recorded this so I could record the invite over it. This is the first time I recorded the multiplayer, and when I'm recording, my frame rate is limited to 30 frames per second, and that was throwing off my aim a little bit, which is why I get so few headshots. And normally I'm better at getting headshots with this weapon, especially against Reapers, because cannibals are very easy to get headshots against.
Outstanding work.
Like I said, you have to do a whole bunch of waves of enemies. And on waves 3, 6 and 10 you have to do objectives. The first objective we did was object delivery, typically referred to as pizza delivery. And now we're doing a hack objective, which means we need to sit in the circle for a while until the hack is finished. You can see the progress in the top right. The more people are in the circle, the faster the hack will go. And we need to get it before the time runs out, otherwise it is mission failure. And the faster you get it, the more credits you'll earn. This is the first wave where Ravagers show up. These are my favorite Reaper enemies. And as a sniper, I consider it my first duty to take out Ravagers and then brutes if they're still far enough away for a sniper rifle to make sense. But really, Ravagers and Marauders are the enemies you want to worry about most when you're playing against Reapers. Banshees, they can be dangerous because they force you to go out of cover, exposing you to Ravagers. And I died. I think that's my first death. I wasn't really paying attention while I was recording the rest of the invite. The reason I died there was because the brute knocked me out of cover and then the Ravager shot me. But since it was a hack, everybody else was standing here, so I was revived really quickly. And we finished the hack, so we just need to mop up the remaining enemies to finish the wave. Same as every other wave. And I'm not really doing this very smart, but that's besides the point. And I ran out of ammo. Tends to happen on hack waves. Because you're just sitting still and shooting things. Of course I could have used an ammo pack. I have a ton of those, so it wouldn't really have mattered. But since I knew it was near the end of the wave, didn't really feel like doing that. This particular map, which is Firebase Jade, is what I like to call Sniper's Paradise. It is a great sniper map. You have this place to sit for the enemies that spawn at the bottom of the stairs back there. And you can sit on the balcony as well. Against Reapers, the problem is that Banshees will tend to teleport towards you on that side, and then you need to get away. And in this wave, it's kind of dangerous what I'm doing right now, because Ravagers have joined the fray. And you see that this Lord Tacos guy just got taken down by the Ravager, and now I do as well. No, technically it was a cannibal that took me out, according to the feed. But it was a Ravager that did most of the damage. And I hate that sometimes you walk in a weird direction after you get revived. 5 headshots, that's really bad. This is wave 7. I should be at 20 headshots by now already. Like I said, the frame rate was kind of throwing off my aim. And it varies a lot. Sometimes I get a lot of headshots, and sometimes I suck at it. And I should have reloaded before I came here. This is the Black Widow sniper rifle. I really love this rifle. I know most people seem to prefer the Valiant, but I actually like this one better. Okay, that's not going well. Black Widow has a lot of recoil, that's why people don't like it. But I've gotten used to it, so... And it does a lot of damage. It was a lot better though, before Infiltrators got their damage reduced. Basically, before the Infiltrators' cloak damage bonus got reduced, I was able to kill a Ravager on silver difficulty in 3 shots, if you got good hits on them, which was really helpful. But now I can't anymore. Because if you're an Infiltrator, you have Tactical Cloak, which you've seen me use numerous times already, which gives you the ability to run into the fray and more easily revive people and stuff like that. But it also gives you a damage bonus if you fire or use a power while cloaked. And cloak cooldown is based on the length of time you were cloaked, and if you use a power while cloaked, you get cooldown for the cloak rather than for the power. So it's kind of a cheap way to avoid the weight-based cooldown system, because you'll just basically always get minimal cloak cooldown if you cloak and then immediately use a power. For this character, the Quarian Infiltrator, the only power I have besides Cloak is Sabotage. Quarian Infiltrators also have sticky grenades, but I don't like them, so I don't have any points put into that ability. The Sabotage is basically pointless against Reapers. I was really lucky I didn't die there. Sabotage helps a lot against synthetics. But against organic enemies it does a little bit of damage from the weapons backfire. But it's really unreliable, and I didn't see the brute on the left there. It's really unreliable and it doesn't do that much damage. The main function I'm using it for here is to stagger people, because it staggers enemies. I was kind of hoping to be able to run past that brute without getting hit, but that didn't work. And then the problem that everything is uses the spacebar got me. And I went into cover instead of reviving her. Or him, well, the character is a female, but I don't know if the player is, of course. And they're both dead, and we were too late. Lord Tacos bled out, and the other guy used Metagel. I can sort of understand why Lord Tacos didn't use Metagel, because it's really close to the end of the wave. So it's kind of a waste of Metagel, of which you have only a limited amount, so... And basically, myself and the Ipaltis, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that, are handling most of the problems anyway, so... This Ipeltisy, or I don't really know, is playing an N7 Fury. Character was introduced in the recent Earth DLC. Very powerful biotic character, which can cause biotic explosions without any help from other biotics. And that's all the explosions you're hearing in the background is when she does a biotic explosion. And one of the powers that that character uses is an Annihilation Field, which is basically causes damage to things that are near you, and is also used as a primer for biotic explosions. So, typical approach is to run close to something to get them in the Annihilation Field, and then use Throw to detonate. Which is why you see her die sometimes really near enemies, because, well, she has to get close to them to use the Annihilation Field. It's a high risk, high reward style thing, you know. I mean, it does a lot of damage, but you need to put yourself in harm's way to do it.
Team member is hurt.
And unlike squad mates in the single player, other multiplayer characters don't move out of the way if you try to go and cover at the same place as they. See the Solarian Infiltrator there using Cloak to quickly get past there so you can revive the other character. Something I really didn't notice that much while we were actually playing. Solarian got there first, so I couldn't revive, and then he died. But one thing I didn't really notice while we were playing, but I saw it in the results feed at the end, and kind of noticing it now, is that Lord Tacos, who is playing a Turian Sentinel, is not really contributing much. And he's obviously not a leecher, but compared to the amount of damage the other three of us are doing. This is another thing I hate. Sometimes you can't look around cover properly. You have to hold the left mouse key to get around that, and that's kind of hard to do when you're also trying to aim and shoot and look around and things like that. I'm taking damage here from standing in the pool of acid that Dead Ravager leaves behind for a short while. And now we're getting our final objective, pizza delivery again. Which is just about the worst possible objective you can get on this particular location. Because there's very little good cover. And in the last wave there's just so many enemies. And Sancturion just used a missile to get rid of the Banshees. You have a limited number of missiles, so you can't just kill everything with missiles, because that would be too easy. While you're carrying the objects, Marauder nearly got me there. While you're carrying the object, you cannot run, you cannot cloak, so it's really awkward for an infiltrator. Because I can't really do any damage short range, because I'm carrying a sniper rifle. And I depend on cloak for to get the damage bonuses, and I can't cloak while carrying the object. So that kind of makes it more difficult. Quarian Infiltrator is not a character that's very good at doing the delivery. If you have a character that has a lot of health, that's much better. And yeah, that was a stupid idea. Once I saw the Marauder, I really just should have dropped the object and run behind the cover. And he's nice enough to revive me, despite the fact that he picked up the object. They're not always nice enough to do that. Oh, that's one problem less. Now we got that Banshee going after the object carrier, so I'm just using one of my 5 missiles. You have a limited number of missiles per mission, but also an overall limited number where you need to buy packs to get more missiles. There's a Marauder behind there, trying to get a view on him. And now I got him. There's still a Ravager somewhere. There it is. One important thing is, if somebody dies, make sure it's safe to actually go there to revive them. So in this case, it was smarter to take out the Ravager first than to run in front of the Ravager. Because otherwise you get this phenomenon known as the revive carousel, where somebody revives someone, dies in the process, and then they stay around there trying to revive them, and die in the process, etc, etc, etc. Sniping swarmers. Completely pointless, but anyway. And we finished the mission. All we need to do now is get extraction. A lot of people don't really care about extraction because you don't get credits for it. You only get extra experience, and I'm playing a level 20 character, and since I got in progress, I don't know if the others are playing level 20 characters or not. But if they are, then experience is completely meaningless. And even if they're not, it's not as important as credits. Because credits get you new stuff. But I like to get extraction anyway. It doesn't feel like a successful mission if you don't get at least some people extracted. It even gives you the mission filled screen, even if you do get credits. Lots of people have been complaining about the fact that extraction gives you nothing. 75 kills! Yay me! That's the highest medal you can get for kills. And I killed a bunch of husks with melee, so I'm not getting the 75 sniper rifle kills medal. And there's actually a glitch in this mission. The thing is, for extraction you need to be inside the circle when the timer runs out. It doesn't matter if you're inside it the rest of the time. And that's another mistake that new players tend to make. They try to stay in the circle the whole time, which just gets you overrun by enemies. But there's a glitch here if you're in cover against the walls. And I was really lucky here, because I got pulled towards the Banshee. She was about to insta-kill me. And then, fortunately, the Banshee got rocketed, so I survived. Otherwise, I would have died. It's known as the magnet grab, when a Banshee grabs you from far away. It's caused by lag. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. And that finished the mission. It was quite successful, I think. And not unexpectedly, our adepts did very well, and Lord Tacos contributed very little. There's only one medal, very few points, so he didn't really do much. Certain classes you can still be useful while getting few points, but with a Turian Sentinel, I don't think so. And the Fury being first is not unpredictable. Okay, well that's the multiplayer. Just a teaser there. And I hope to be able to do this with you guys pretty soon.